My name is Grayson Harper. Kane's text hit at 2:17 a.m. Sis, you're not elite enough for the Harper NYE party. Stay home. I fired back perfect. My party's somewhere else. 3 weeks later, I wired $80,000 through Graywave LLC and took ownership of a 48-foot yacht. I slapped Gray Gray on the stern, the nickname they'd used to mock me since 8th grade. December 20th. I dropped a TikTok from the Flybridge one take no filters caption, my own end-of-year spot. It blew past 5 million views before sunrise. Kane saw it. Dad saw it. Mom saw it. December 30th, they stormed Edgartown Harbor Marina with a guy in a black hoodie carrying a tool bag ready to bypass the biometric locks. Len waved fake docking papers like they were gold. I blocked the gangway. No docking orders filed. Step off. They shoved past, hammered the cabin door. The lock clicked. The door cracked open. And the face staring back made their jaws drop. Smash subscribe and ring the bell, because what happened inside that cabin flipped the entire family upside down. Drop a comment, would you have opened the door? My name is Grayson Harper, and I build brands for a living out of a one-bedroom in Boston's North End. I shoot product reels, negotiate sponsorships, and turn caffeine into deadlines. Most days end with me editing until the tea stops running. Growing up in the Harper house meant one rule: Kane came first. My little brother was the high school quarterback who threw for 3,000 yards senior year. Colleges sent scouts. Local papers ran his photo above the fold. Dad Len Harper coached the Boosters Club and turned every dinner into a recap of Kane's stats. Mom K. Harper kept a scrapbook thicker than my college transcripts. I was the afterthought. At 10, I asked if I could invite 2 friends to the family New Year's Eve party. Dad laughed. This isn't a sleepover, Grayson. It's for donors. I spent the night in my room counting fireworks through the window. Age 12. Kane got a new dirt bike for Christmas. I got socks. Mom said athletes need gear. I learned to film his practices on my flip phone and edit the clips so recruiters noticed. Nobody asked what I wanted to study. By 15, the pattern locked in. Kane missed curfew after a game. Dad high-fived him. I missed dinner editing a school project. Mom grounded me for priorities. Aunt Rowan Harper, Dad's younger sister, started calling every Sunday from Providence. She'd been the family rebel, divorced at 30, built a small real estate firm, and refused to bow to Len's rules. Gray Gray, she'd say, using the nickname Kane invented to tease my quiet voice, your turn's coming. Keep grinding. I hated the name then, but her calls were oxygen. Senior year, Kane tore his ACL in the state semis. The scouts vanished. Dad sank into silence, Mom into wine. I won a partial scholarship to Emerson for digital media. They forgot to attend graduation. Kane sulked on the couch, icing his knee, muttering that colleges only cared about flash anyway. I moved out at 22 with 2 duffels and a laptop. Boston rent ate half my internship pay, but I posted my first sponsored reel, local coffee shop, and hit 10,000 views overnight. Brands trickled in. By 25, I quit the day job. Kane, 21, bounced between community college and odd jobs, still living at home. Dad paid his truck note. Mom cooked his favorites. Last fall, Kane announced his girlfriend Lane was pregnant. Dad threw a gender reveal at the country club. I got the invite 3 days late, stuck behind a coupon mailer. I texted congrats. No reply. Thanksgiving, I drove down. Kane cornered me in the garage. You think your little videos make you somebody? Dad says influencers peak at 30. I shrugged. At least I peak on my own dime. He smirked, walked off. Aunt Rowan called that night. Heard the garage chat. Kane's scared Gray. His knee never healed right, and now a kid. Don't let them drag you back. She paused. Remember Hayes from Emerson? The maritime law guy, he's practicing in Boston now. Keep his number. Family gets messy. I saved the contact. Hayes and I had bonded over late-night edits in the media lab. He'd switched to law after his dad lost a boat in a lien mess. Smart, quiet, zero drama. December rolled in cold. Kane posted gym selfies, caption comeback season. Dad commented fire emojis. Mom shared ultrasound pics. I kept posting skincare routines, tech unboxings, numbers climbing steady. One Sunday, Aunt Rowan FaceTimed from her office. Len's planning the biggest NYE bash yet. Wants the whole Cape Cod crowd. Mentioned using your fancy job to comp champagne. I rolled my eyes. Not happening. She laughed. Good. Build your empire, kid. They'll notice when it's too late. I hung up, motivated. The next campaign pitch landed Monday morning, a winter wellness brand needing holiday push. I outlined the series that night, fingers flying. 3 weeks into the campaign, the numbers exploded. The wellness brand wanted cozy winter vibes, hot cocoa weighted blankets, LED face masks. I scripted 15-second hooks shot in my apartment with ring lights and a fake fireplace app. Views climbed daily. The client emailed midweek engagement beat projections by 40%. Friday morning, the direct deposit hit $80,000 labeled performance bonus. I stared at the bank alert, coffee cooling. No loans, no investors, just my edits and captions. I called Hayes that afternoon. Need advice on shielding cash from family claims. He laughed. Set up an LLC. Maritime assets complicate things. Meet me tomorrow. We grabbed beers at a dockside bar in East Boston. Hayes spread paperwork across the table. Gray Wave LLC files in Delaware, operates in Massachusetts. You own 100%. Yacht purchase runs through it. Creditors hate piercing that veil. I nodded, signed digitally on his tablet. Filing fees cost $400. Monday, I scrolled yacht listings. A 48-foot 1998 Hatteras sat in Edgartown Harbor foreclosure repo asking $95,000. Hull solid engines rebuilt last year, interior gutted for refit. I wired a 10% deposit before lunch. Broker called back, stunned. Cash deal. Closing in 10 days. Closing day, I flew to Martha's Vineyard on the ferry, Hayes tagging along for the walkthrough. Surveyor poked. The bilge tapped the keel, declared her seaworthy. I transferred the balance from Gray Wave account. Title transferred clean, no liens, no surprises. Back in the marina office, I signed the stern nameplate form. Gray, I told the clerk. She raised an eyebrow but stamped it. The nickname stung less in chrome letters. Refit started immediately. I hired a Vineyard Haven yard, new teak decks, modern galley LED strips under gunnels. Electrician installed biometric scanners on the companionway and master stateroom. Thumbprint or facial recognition only. No keys to copy. App linked to my phone alerts if anyone tampered. Hayes reviewed the work order. Smart. Massachusetts recognizes electronic access as valid locking mechanism. Trespass laws apply on water, same as land. He flagged the insurance rider for high-value electronics. Upholstery crew arrived next. Leather benches in neutral gray, blackout curtains, queen berth in the forward cabin. I added a compact desk ring light, mount dual monitors for shooting at anchor. Generator upgrade handled the load. Plumbing overhaul took 4 days. New heads, instant hot water, gray water tank with pump outfitting. I tested every valve myself, knees soaked in bilge water. The yard foreman grinned. First owner I've seen, who knows which end of a wrench. Final week focused on tech. Starlink dome on the radar arch, 4 security cameras with night vision motion sensors tied to the same biometric panel. Hayes ran a mock breach, tried forcing the salon slider. Alarm blared in 30 seconds, marina office phoned instantly. I paid the yard invoice, $22,000 total. Gray Wave LLC checking account still held breathing room. Standing on the swim platform, salt air sharp, I watched the nameplate get bolted on. Gray gleamed under floodlights. Hayes clapped my shoulder. She's yours free and clear. Register her in the LLC, flag her Massachusetts. Nobody touches without your print. I exhaled, tension uncoiling for the first time in years. That night, I slept aboard for the first time, berth creaking gently, water lapping the hull. No family group chats, no booster club obligations. Just the hum of the bilge pump and my own breathing. The first weekend in December, I motored gray out of the slip alone. Engines purred smooth. I no crew needed for a shakedown cruise. I dropped anchor off Chappaquiddick water flat as glass. I set the phone on a tripod bolted to the rail, sun-low sky streaked orange. One take, I popped a bottle of Prosecco poured into a plastic flute leaned against the transom. Testing the new office, I said to the lens, then panned across the deck. No script, no cuts. Edited in the salon that night, trimmed to 14 seconds, added subtle text overlay, my own NYE spot. Uploaded before midnight. Notifications started slow, then snowballed. By dawn, the clip crossed 1 million views. Brands slid into DMs. The wellness client texted congratulations. Monday morning, it hit 5 million. TikTok pushed it to the For You page nationwide. Comments poured in, people tagging friends asking for marina details. I pinned one private slip invite only. Kane's message arrived at 9:42 a.m. Cute boat sis. Still not Harper level. NYE is at the club. Don't embarrass us by begging in. I read it twice. Thumb hovering. Then typed, already got plans. Enjoy the club. Sent. Blocked his number. Blocked moms. Blocked dads. The group chat went silent on my end. Views kept climbing. A yacht broker in Florida quoted the video in a listing. Local news ran a segment on influencer boat life. I muted everything except work emails. Tuesday, I fueled up, checked weather, clear through the holidays, stocked the galley with non-perishables, extra batteries, portable charger banks. The biometric panel blinked green every time I boarded. Wednesday, the clip spawned stitches, users duplicating the pour, swapping Prosecco for beer. Duets rolled in, comedians mocking rich kid problems, travelers asking for coordinates. I let the algorithm run. Thursday, a production company inquired about sponsored content aboard. I quoted triple-rate Grey Wave LLC invoice. They wired deposit same day. Kane tried Instagram, next slid into stories with a gym mirror selfie. Caption: real wins don't need filters. I screenshot, archived, moved on. Friday, I ran diagnostics, bilge pumps, nav lights, VHF radio. All green. The marina office left a voicemail confirming winter slip extension. I returned the call, paid through March. Saturday morning, the video crossed 8 million. TikTok sent a creator fund alert, extra revenue incoming. I transferred it straight to the LLC. Kane's wife, Lane, posted an ultrasound update, tagged the family account. No mention of me. Fine. I spent the afternoon polishing brass fittings, coiling lines, labeling storage bins. The boat felt like an extension of my apartment, quiet, controlled mine. Evening brought wind shift. I raised anchor, motored back to Edgartown. Docked, smooth lines secured in under 5 minutes. The harbor lights reflected off the water, steady and calm. Phone buzzed with a brand rep call, last-minute holiday collab. I took it on the flybridge, feet up, notebook open. Deal closed in 10 minutes. Night settled cold. I brewed tea in the galley, watched the numbers tick past 10 million. Comments shifted to NYE plans, people reserving tables, booking flights. I scrolled, sipped, planned, nothing public. Kane sent one final text from a new number. Dad says, bring the boat to the club dock. We'll handle security. I deleted it, blocked again, powered down. The harbor stayed quiet, just halyards clinking against masts. I locked the companionway set. The alarm crawled into the berth. Sleep came fast. 10 minutes after I posted the clip, a notification pinged from an unknown email Kane used for gym promos. Boat's cute, but NYE needs space for 50. Dock it at the club. We'll take over. I replied to the address, not available, then marked as spam. Mom emailed from the family account, next family tradition, Grayson. Len booked the band. Bring the yacht. I archived without response. Dad left a voicemail at the marina office, staff forwarded the audio. His voice crackled. This isn't a request. Harper name opens doors. Park at the club slip by Friday or we handle logistics. I played it for Hayes over speakerphone. He smirked. Indirect pressure. Marina's private Edgartown enforces docking permits strict. File a no docking order today. We drafted it in his office gray wave letterhead clear denial of permission citation of Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 91. I signed Hayes, emailed the manager and harbor master with me CC'd. Manager confirmed, order logged. Any unauthorized vessel denied berth. Kane switched to a burner app email that evening. Subject NYE itinerary. Attachment guest list catering menu fireworks permit. Body confirms slip assignment. Security arrives 6 p.m. I forwarded to junk. Next morning, a courier delivered an envelope to the marina office addressed to Gray owner. Inside forged docking reservation under Harper Family Trust dated last month, my signature crudely copied. Harbor Master rejected it on site trust, non-existent dates conflicted with LLC records. Hayes reviewed the scan. Sloppy. Inkjet from a strip mall printer. I'll send cease and desist. He attached the document to a formal letter demand to halt fraudulent submissions copy to local PD records unit. Certified mail tracking enabled. Dad's assistant emailed a reminder from the real estate firm account. Club expects the vessel. Sponsors committed. Confirm by EOD. I let Hayes reply permission denied per attached order. Lane messaged from her work phone. Kane stressed. Baby's due soon. Just let us use it one night. I texted back. Congrats on the baby. Answers still no. Hayes updated the file with every thread time-stamped. Pattern established. They escalate, we document. Kane tried a marina voicemail next left with Dockmaster tell Grayson the family needs the boat. Dad's blood pressure through the roof. Staff transcribed, emailed me. I saved the PDF. Mom sent a physical card via courier handwritten, think of your brother's future. I photographed filed. Hayes filed the no docking order with the county clerk for public record. Fee $40. Scanned copy emailed to all parties. Marina posted a laminated notice on the gate, gray, private vessel, no unauthorized docking. I checked the docks twice daily, confirmed with staff. No unfamiliar faces. Dad's assistant attached a backdated rental contract in another email my forged e-signature gray wave stamp photoshopped. Hayes reported to the State Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division as potential identity misuse. Harbor Master messaged second reservation attempt under your name, denied. Documents destroyed. Kane's final email from a temporary address. You'll regret this. Hayes flagged for harassment log. The week before New Year's Eve, I tested the alarm system triggered remotely. Marina responded in 90 seconds. Hayes dropped by with takeout. Trails bulletproof. They appear it's trespass on record. I nodded, chewed. The water stayed flatboats, rocking gentle. New Year's Eve, 7 p.m. at Edgartown Harbor. The temperature hovered at 28 degrees. I watched from the flybridge as Dad's black Suburban rolled onto the parking lot, headlights cutting fog. Kane hopped out first lane, waddling behind in a puffer coat. Mom followed with a tote of decorations. A stranger in a dark jacket carried a canvas bag, tools clinking inside. They marched the dock like they owned it. Dad waved a printout. Grayson, open up. Party starts in an hour. I stayed put, phone recording. Leave. Orders in effect. Kane ignored me, climbed the gangway. The biometric panel flashed red at his thumb. He pounded the door. Override this crap. The stranger knelt, unzipped the bag, pulled a handheld device trying to jam the signal. Lights blinked erratic, then locked harder. Lane tugged Kane's sleeve. This is insane. She said no. Kane shrugged her off. Family asset. Back me up. Mom set the tote down. Grayson, think of the guests. Champagne's chilling in the car. Dad dialed someone on speaker. Security, we're boarded. Need assistance. No answer. He was bluffing. I hit the marina emergency button. Siren whooped from the office. Dock lights flooded bright. Officer Reed arrived in a patrol truck, boots crunching ice. Evening. Complaint of unauthorized access. Dad thrust the fake papers. We have reservation. Reed scanned, shook his head. Denied weeks ago. LLC order on file. Step back. Kane lunged at the panel again. It's my sister's toy. We're taking it. Lane's face crumpled. Kane stopped the babies kicking like crazy. This stress. Shut up, Lane. Not now. She zipped her coat tighter. I'm done. Turned, marched back down the gangway, heels clicking sharp. Got in the Suburban, slammed the door. Mom chased after. Lane, honey, wait. Kane kept fiddling the device. Reed stepped between. Sir, cease, or you're detained. The stranger packed up quick, muttered about warrants, slipped away into the shadows. Dad's voice rose. This is harassment. I know the chief. Reed radioed backup. Possible trespass. Gray slip. Rook captain I'd hired for maintenance emerged from the engine room hatch, phone up, live streaming steady. Documenting for insurance, he called. Kane noticed, charged. Turn that off. Reed blocked. Back away. Recordings legal in public. Second officer arrived, flashlight sweeping. Everyone off the vessel. Dad argued volume. Mom pleaded tears. Kane cursed under breath. Reed issued verbal warnings, leave or citations. They retreated slow. Dad last, glaring over shoulder. Lane started the Suburban, peeled out without them. Tires, spun gravel. Rook kept rolling until the family piled into Dad's truck, taillights fading. Reed approached me. File report tomorrow. We'll patrol extra tonight. I nodded, exhaled frost. Thanks. He tipped his hat, cruised away. Rook pocketed the phone. Got it all, faces clear, audio crisp. 10 million views by morning if you want. I shook my head. Hold it. Evidence first. He locked the companionway behind us. Harbor fell silent again, just ice cracking against hulls. The clock struck midnight and fireworks popped over the harbor. Rook raised a plastic cup of sparkling cider. To owning your space. We clinked on the flybridge, just us two, music low from the salon speakers. Rook uploaded the footage at 12:05, edited tight, captions neutral, private property respected. Views spiked immediate. By 2 a.m. it crossed 10 million. Comments flooded, support, outrage, memes. January 2nd, Dad filed suit in Dukes County, claim of family interest in Graywave assets. Hayes countered with LLC docs. Marina logs, biometric records. Judge dismissed in prelim hearing, no standing case. Frivolous. Dad paid court costs. Lane served Kane papers January 5th. Irreconcilable differences cited, public humiliation. She moved to her sister's in Boston, kept the ultrasound private. Kane texted from a bar, you ruined everything. I deleted the app. Mom mailed a letter, apology mixed with blame. I returned to sender. Dad's business listings dropped reviews overnight. Sponsors pulled NYE recaps. Hayes closed the file. Sanctions possible if they refile. I cruised Gray's solo February anchor off Nantucket. No invites, no tags. Aunt Rowan called once. Proud of you, Gray. Blood doesn't buy loyalty. I blocked the family domain, shredded old photos, updated emergency contacts, Hayes only. Self-reliance became the real inheritance. No trust fund, no fallback. Just the hull beneath my feet and decisions I controlled.